Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to set up a basic system to add hashtags to posts and comments. We'll update our models to hold the tags, and we'll update our views to save these tags. This can be used later for some more advanced searching, but in this video, we won't use them that much. We're just going to get them set up. We'll also want to dynamically find all tags in the body tags and format them differently with a link. And this link will be linked later in the next video to the Explore page filtered by this tag. And to do this, we will write some JavaScript to find the tags when the page loads. In the next video, we'll continue this and build an Explore page to search by tags and add some more advanced features to what we're starting today. Let's go ahead and get started by updating the models.py file. So the first thing to do, we need to go into our social app here and go into the models.py file. So how we're going to do this is we're going to create a new model that will hold a tag object. So let's go to the bottom here and create that model. So let's create a class, tag, and we'll do models.model. And now inside of here, we'll create one field. We'll give a name of just name. This will be equal to models.char field. And then we'll set a max length of, I guess, 255 should be fine. And this model will hold every tag object. Now up on our post and comment model, we want to add a many field to hold these tag objects. So we'll go ahead and call it tags. This will be equal models.many to many field, and will be of type of tag. And then we'll do blank equals true. And now we'll go ahead and just copy this, and we'll put the same thing on our comment. And we'll go ahead and save that. Now that we have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and write a method on our post and comment models classes to actually go through and save this. That way we can keep all the logic in one place instead of having to put it in multiple places in our views. And if we were to extend this and add more features to this application, we could just call this method instead of having to copy over the functionality for this. So I'm going to go ahead and right below that new field I added on the post model, I'm going to go ahead and create a new method. We'll do a def create underscore tags, pass in self. And for this, we'll go ahead and start by, we want to go ahead and loop through every word inside of our body field. So this field up here, we want to go ahead and just loop through each word. And by default, if we were to loop through a string, it would go through each character. So we can change that by using the split method. So I'll create a for loop, do for word in self.body.split. And what this will do here is it will take this body and we can split it. And we can pass in what we want here. So we could pass in anything. We can pass in the letter A. We split by every A character, a comma, space. By default, if we do split, it will split it by every white space. So in this case, that works out great because we want to split by every word. So we can just leave it like that. Now inside of this for loop here, we want to go ahead and do an if word 0, so the first character of this word, if it's equal to a hashtag, then we know we have a tag and we can go ahead and make this a tag. So if we find that, first thing we want to do is we want to try to find a tag already created, a tag object already created with that name. So we'll do tag.objects.get, and we'll pass in name equals, it'll be word, and then in brackets we'll put 1 colon. So what we're doing here is we're just getting this word, we're moving the hashtag off of it by doing the 1, by starting in the second character. Since we're starting at 0, 1 is the second character, to the end of the string. So we're just getting it minus the hashtag and see if that exists. If it does, then we can go and just add this tag object to this model. If not, we'll go ahead and create a new tag object with this name. So we'll go ahead and do a self, or we'll do if tag. So if we found a tag, let's go and just add it. So we'll do self.tags.add tag.pk. If we didn't find one, let's go ahead and create one. So an else, we'll do tag equals tag, name equals word, and once again 1 colon to remove the hashtag symbol itself. And then we'll go ahead and do a tag.save. And now once we have it saved, we have access to the PK object, or the PK field on it. So let's go ahead and get that and add it to our tags field. So do a self.tags.add tag.pk. And this add method, in case you're not familiar, is just allowing us to add another object into a many field. I'll have a video about these relationship fields later and going into all different methods about them later, But for now, all you need to know is that, you can add it with just the add method. It's pretty self-explanatory there. And now that's done, let's go and save this post object. And we can do that by coming outside of this if-else statement here, and we do a self.save. And self refers to this actual post model that we're on. So once we have all the tags added, we want to go and make sure we save that object. And that should be it for the body. But what if we have a shared body? We want to do the same thing. So let's go ahead and add almost the exact same thing, but for the shared body. So for word in self.sharedBody.split, if the first character, if word 0 is equal to a hashtag, then we have a tag. So we'll go ahead and do a tag equals tag.objects.get, name equals word minus the hashtag symbol itself. If we found a tag, let's go and just add it. So do a self.tags.add tag.pk. If not, we'll go ahead and create a new tag. Tag equals tag, name equals word minus the first character. We'll do a tag.save to save this and get access to the PK field. And once we have access to that, we can do a self.tags.add tag.pk. And then once again, we'll go do a self.save to save this post. And that is it for this method. We want to do a similar thing for the comment. So if we come down here to our comment model, we're going to go ahead and add another tag here. So we'll do a we'll create another method here. So def create tags self. And we'll go ahead and do a for word in self.comment.split if word 0 is equal to a hashtag, we have a tag. So we can go ahead and once again look for the tag if it's already created. So tag.objects.get name equals word minus the hashtag. If we have a tag, let's go ahead and add it. So self.tags.add tag.pk. If not, we'll create a new one. Else we'll do a tag equals tag, once again, name equals the word minus the hashtag. Tag.save. And then we'll do a self.tags.add tag.pk. And then finally save the comment object by doing a self.save. And we'll go ahead and save that. And that should be it for our models file. We have our new tag object, and we added a method to be able to create these tags and save them in the tags field for both our post and our comment. But now we need to make sure we call that method whenever a post or comment is created. So let's go ahead and into our views.py and add this to two methods. So we want to add it on our post list post method. So right down here, once we have this post saved, we've created a new post. Let's go ahead and run this method to update our tag field for any tags it might find. So we'll go ahead and just do a new post.create tags. I need to save that. And then we'll go ahead and just we'll come down here to our post detail, and on the post method, this will be before we create a comment. So this new comment.save. Let's come down here. Let's do a new comment.create tags like that. Let's go now and test this, make sure we don't have any errors. So we'll jump into our browser. Let's go and just log in. Okay, so everything looks like it's still good. Let's go ahead and run our migrations and make sure we don't get any errors when we migrate our changes over. So we'll do a Python 3 make migrations. Looks like we might have an error. Okay, so it looks like there might be some issue with my database, and since I'm just doing this with test data, I don't really care about all of this data in there currently. So just as a quick fix to not have to worry about this, I'll just delete the database and delete the migrations folder. And we'll start this database and all the data in here from scratch. Okay, now with that done, let's go back to our terminal. We'll stop the server. Let's go ahead and run a Python 3 manage.py migrate or make migrations. Make migrations social. And then we'll do migrate. There we go. Check our social. It ran those migrations, so we should now hopefully be good. Let's come back and try this again. Oh, we run our server too. Oh, and actually, since we did that, we're going to go ahead and need to create a new super user again. So we'll go ahead and stop the server, run a Python 3 manage UI create super user. We had extra M, let's fix that, run that. Okay, we'll put our same thing we had before. There we go. Let's go to run our server again. Let's go and log with that account now. Okay, so now it should all be fixed. And down here, you'll see our tags showing up down here. Nothing's created yet, so we can't do that yet. But with all of that set up, we should be good now. So let's go ahead now and create a post real quick. Well, actually, we'll do it in the actual site, though. We'll just do a test with a tag and submit that. And we're getting error saying tag matching query does not exist. So let's double check our model method. And it looks like down here, the lines with the tag.objects.get name equals word on line 23. Let's go and check that out. So right here, it's saying since it doesn't exist, it's throwing an error. So the reason for this error is because on an objects.get, if it doesn't find anything, it throws an exception. But we can fix this by changing these gets to filter and then putting dot first at the end here. And that will get the first object in the list or nothing if there is nothing there. So we'll do the same thing down here. We'll do a filter and do dot first. And since filter returns a list, we want to make sure we get the first item. With that done, let's go ahead and try this again. So we'll do test with a tag, hit submit. And it looks like we're having some issues with our self.sharedBody.split. None type does not have, so it looks like it's not finding our shared body. Did we mistype, have a typo there or something? Looks like we have a body and a shared body. Oh, that's because there's nothing in the shared body. So let's do, above this, let's go ahead and just do an if shared body. Then we'll do this just as a check before we get there. If it's there, we'll do this. If not, we'll skip it. All right, let's try this one more time. Page here. Okay, test with a tag. Oh, I forgot to put self.sharedBody. Let's put self.sharedBody like we did on the other line. And now we'll try this one more time. Refresh the page, test with a tag. Okay, that's good. And right now, we won't see it here. Let's go to profile. And we see it coming up right there. Let's go ahead and jump into our admin and see if it added a tag correctly. So in here, we go to posts and click on the most recent post. It should be right here. We have, looks like, test with a tag. And down here, we do have a tag object created. So it did correctly add it as it should. So this is all working well now. So now we have tags being registered and put inside of here correctly. We want to go ahead and actually format them differently. Right now, if we go to the profile and look at this, it's just a string of text. What we want to have is this tag here to be a link. And in the next tutorial, we'll build an explore page and we'll filter the explore page by this link or by this tag text, I guess. So we'll show all of them with the tag of tag in this case. So we'll do that next tutorial, but in this tutorial, we want to set it up by making it a link, and we'll just actually put the link and point somewhere next time. And so to do this, we'll write some JavaScript. So what we're going to do is something similar to what we did to create our tags and put them in the database, but now we're going to go ahead and loop through all the words in JavaScript, and if we find one that starts with this hashtag character, then we know we have a tag, and we can go ahead and grab that word and make it a link. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and jump into our static JS social.js, and we'll add a new function here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and we'll call this function, and we'll call it format tags. So the first thing we do is we need to find a way to grab all of the elements that we want to check. And right now there's no way to do that. So we look at our template. So we'll go to templates, social, and we'll do this on 3 templates: our post lists, our post detail, and our profile. Let's start with profile because we currently have a tag shown. And on this page, if you come down here to where we're listing out the posts, right here, we have a p tag right here for the post body. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this in a div and give it a class equaling to body. And we'll do the same thing for our post list and our post detail. We'll find where we want the body or the shared bodies, and we'll go ahead and wrap them in a div with a class of body. So let's go to our post detail and do the same thing. So right here we have body. So right here we'll go ahead and do div with a class equaling body. We're going to close it off down here. Let's go ahead and now do the same thing for the post list. So on the post list, we'll go ahead and find, and this one will have a shared body and a body. So on this div right here for our shared body, we can go ahead and put another class of just body. And then for the post body down here, once again, we'll wrap it in a div, the class equaling of body, just like that. And save that. So now we have this class of body that we can use to actually get all of the text that we want to check. So back inside of our social.js, we'll go ahead by start first by getting a list of elements. So we'll do elements, like this const elements equals document dot get elements by class. And we can pass in a class name. This case is body. So now we have all of our elements we want to check. Let's go ahead and loop through them. So we'll do a for let I equals 0. I is less than elements dot length. And then we'll do an I plus plus. This is a simple for loop. Now instead of here, let's go ahead and first get the text of the body that we're checking. So we'll do a let body text equals, and we can grab this by doing elements I, so the current element that we're on in our loop, dot children to get the children, since this will return a div. This element will be a div. So get the children will give us the paragraph tag. 0 to get the first child and the only child in this case. Dot inner text to get the actual text itself. Next, we'll go ahead and split this text by the spaces to get all the words. So we'll do a let words equals body text dot split with a string with just a space. Now finally, I'm going to loop through all those words and check to see if they are a tag. So we'll do a for let j equals 0. J is less than words dot length, and then j plus plus. So we'll do if words j to get the current word we're on, 0 to get the first character. If that first character is equal to a hashtag, we have a tag, and we can go ahead and do what we want to do with the tag. So the first thing we'll do is we'll use some regular expression to get the body text, find the actual word within the body text, and then replace that with a link. So we'll create a variable, I guess, first. So we'll do let replaced text equal body text dot replace. And so we're gonna use a regular expression here. And so first we'll put 2 backspaces and put a G at the end. Now inside of here, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a regular expression And so in case you're not too familiar with regular expressions, I can do a video on these later, but what we're doing here is we're just checking for a word that starts with a hashtag. And there's different ways online you can go and learn about different regular expressions. For this video, I'm not going to get into it too much since we're only using this one spot. You can just go ahead and just copy this in this case. So in the replace function, once you have a regular expression, we need to tell it what we want to replace it with. In this case, we'll replace it with some backticks, and now inside of here, we're going to create an a tag, so a href equals, and for now, we'll just set it equal to just a pound until next tutorial when we'll go ahead and actually make this go somewhere. And we're going to go ahead and close off this a tag. Now inside this a tag, we can go ahead and put a $sign curly braces to insert a variable within the text, since we're using our backticks. And we'll go ahead and do words j to put the tag itself back in place. And then we're going to close off the a tag. So what we're doing here is we're finding any word that starts with the hashtag, replacing that hashtag within a link, where we put the hashtag inside of that link. So now we have that done, we can go and replace the actual text in the DOM with this replace text variable. So we'll do an elements I to get the current element that we're on and our loop up here, because we're still inside that loop. Dot inner HTML equals replaced text. And that will replace it with the text plus the a tag. And now we want this to run automatically, so we're not going to call it on any button or anything like we did with the other functions that we've written up here. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and just at the very end of all this, just call it right here, format tags. So it runs automatically when the page is loaded, or when the JavaScript's loaded into the HTML. Let's go ahead and do a refresh here and see what we get. Okay, so looks like we have an issue here with our get elements by class. Oh, so I didn't put it in quite right. Let's go back here real quick. This should be get elements by class name. So we'll put a name right there and save that. Let's go back here and try this again. So it looks like we found it correctly, although it looks like there might be an issue with how it's replacing it. Oh, it looks like I messed up my regular expression here a little bit. We should put another slash right there. And that should be it. So let's go ahead and save that. Oh, you know what? There looks like there's a typo inside of here. There should be, look, we have an extra quotation right there. Let's go and get rid of that. Save this and let's try this again. Okay, there we go. So I just had some typos there. But now we have this tag here and it goes to a link. Right now it's not going to work. It's not going to go anywhere. But now we at least have this set up. We have all of our tags found. So if I were to go back here and create another post with a random tag, whatever, we can put whatever we want here and hit submit. Let's go back to our profile. And we see every time we have a tag here, it's going to catch that and replace it with a link. So the last thing I'm going to do is add some styles here to make this look a little better. I really don't like this underline. It doesn't look that great. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that in my CSS. So what we can do here is we can go look at our templates or look at our profile, for example. So we have here is a div with a class of body. Inside that body, we'll have a link that we're creating dynamically. So inside of our style at CSS, we can get that by going, let's go here at the bottom, and we'll do dot body space a to get the link, the anchor tag inside of the body class. Now here we can do a text decoration equaling to none. We'll save that. That gets rid of that underline. And there we go. So that's all set up, and that's where we're going to stop for today. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and make this link actually go somewhere. So we can actually click on this. It'll take us to the Explore page where we'll list out all the posts with that tag connected to it. But this will stop for, we'll split in two videos, so this one's not too long. So this is a good stopping point for this first half of this project. The code will be in the description below, as well as a link to the written tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.